In this video, I want to talk about one of the most important rules we use for cold email. It's called the 2-to-1 warm-up ratio. Sounds technical, but it's actually pretty simple. For every one cold email you send, you want to send 2 warm-up emails. So if you send 10 cold emails from one inbox, you want around 20 warm-up emails. If you send 25 cold emails, you want around 50 warm-up emails. That is the basic idea. And the reason we do this is because cold email creates negative signals. Warm-up helps balance that out. When you send cold emails, not everyone replies. Some people ignore you, some people delete the email, some people might even mark it as spam. All of that creates a negative signal. And when Gmail and Outlook sees too many negative signals, they start trusting your inbox less. That's when your emails start going to spam. Warm-up helps fight that. Warm-up emails are automated emails that go back and forth between inboxes. Most sequencers have this built-in. So tools like SmartLead, Instantly, Email Bison, and others usually have warm-up pools. The point is to create positive signals, emails being sent, emails being opened, emails getting replies. That makes the inbox looks more active and more trusted. Let's make this real simple. If you send 10 cold emails and one person marks you as a spam, that looks bad. That's a 10% negative rate. But if that same inbox also sends 20 warm-up emails and gets a lot of positive replies, the whole picture looks better. Now Gmail or Outlook is not just seeing ignored cold emails. They are also seeing replies, activity, and engagement. That's why we use the 2-to-1 ratio. We're trying to make sure the positive signals are stronger than the negative ones. A lot of people think warm-up is only something you do at the beginning. They warm up the inbox for 2 weeks, then they stop. I don't recommend that. I like keeping warm-up running for as long as the inbox is sending cold email because the inbox keeps creating cold email signals every day. So you want the warm-up running every day too. This is especially important when you are using fresh domains. Fresh domains don't have much history. They don't have much trust yet. So you need to help them build that over time. Now let's talk about Google inboxes. For Google Workspace, I will warm up for 14 days before sending any cold emails. During that warm-up period, you can work toward around 30 to 40 warm-up emails per day. You don't need to start at 40 on day one. Start lower, then ramp up slowly. A simple ramp will be increasing by around 2 emails per day. For reply rate, I will keep it around 65 to 75%. So somewhere around 70% is a good target. After the 14-day warm-up period, you can start sending cold emails. I will usually start around 15 cold emails per day. Then if everything looks good, you can move closer to 25 per day over the next week or two. For Google, I usually like 2 inboxes per domain. That keeps things cleaner and safer. For Microsoft 365, it depends on the setup. If you're using inbox resellers like ScaleMail, they have a setup where you can have around 25 inboxes per domain. In that case, the cold email volume is usually lower per inbox. Think around 5 to 10 cold emails per day. So if you are sending 5 cold emails, you want around 10 warm-up emails. If you are sending 10 cold emails, you want around 20 warm-up emails. Same 2-to-1 ratio rule. Now, if you are doing your own Microsoft setup, I will usually keep it closer to 2 to 3 inboxes per domain. Then you can warm up around 30 to 40 emails per day. After the warm-up period, you can start sending around 15 cold emails per day if the inboxes look healthy. Again, don't rush it. The goal is not to send the most emails possible. The goal is to send without breaking the inbox. For SMTP inboxes, I will be more careful. You are not getting the same trust that comes from Google or Microsoft, so I will warm them up longer. Instead of only 14 days, I will think about 14 to 21 days and start around 10 warm-up emails per day, then work your way up to around 20. After that, you can slowly add cold emails. I will start with around 5 cold emails per day, then maybe move closer to 10 per day if everything looks good. SMTP can be useful, but you need to be more conservative with it. The easiest way to remember this is cold email is the risk. Warm-up is the protection. So if you increase cold email volume, you should also increase warm-up. Don't send 25 cold emails and only 5 warm-up emails. That doesn't make sense. If you want to send cold emails, you need more positive activity too. That's why the 2-to-1 warm-up ratio is such a good rule. It keeps the setup balanced. Now, you also need to test your deliverability. You can use tools like EmailGuard or MailReach. These tools help you see if your emails are landing in inbox or spam. But one thing I wouldn't do is test every inbox on the same domain at the same time. It can trigger bulk sending patterns. Instead, test 2 to 3 inboxes per domain. That gives you enough data without overdoing it. When you test, look at inbox placement, look at the spam placement, look at your DNS score. You want to make sure your setup is still healthy. If your inbox placement looks good, keep going. If emails are landing in spam, slow down. Lower the cold email volume, keep warm up running. Check your DNS records, check the domain reputation, and don't just blame the copy right away. Sometimes the issue is not the email copy, sometimes the inbox or domain is not healthy enough to send yet. So the big rule here is simple. For every one cold email, send 2 warm-up emails. That is the 2-to-1 warm-up ratio. If you send 10 cold emails, send around 20 warm-up emails. If you send 25 cold emails, send around 50 warm-up emails. Keep warm-up running even after the first 2 weeks. Use 14 days as a starting point for Google and Microsoft. Use 14 to 21 days for SMTP and keep testing your deliverability with tools like EmailGuard or MailReach. This is not about being fancy. It's about keeping your inboxes alive, because if your inboxes go to spam, the campaign doesn't matter. Your list can be great, your copy can be great, your offer can be great, but if nobody sees the email, none of it works.